There's a moment that comes after every ending, but before the new beginning feels real. It's the in-between, the quiet space where the dust has settled, but your sense of self hasn't. You still wake up early out of habit. You still open your laptop like you used to. You still feel the rhythm of who you were, but it doesn't quite fit anymore. And that's where rebuilding begins. Not when everything's ready, not when the plan is clear, but right there, in the quiet after change, when you realize that what mattered before may not matter the same way now. That's the moment the workbook, Rebuilding a Life That Matters, was written for. Find it in the description below. If you've ever thought, I should be further along by now, or I don't even know where to start, I get it. Because rebuilding isn't a checklist, it's a remembering. When I wrote Rebuilding a Life That Matters, it wasn't about hustling back to productivity or checking off goals. It was about rebuilding from within. It started with one question that wouldn't leave me alone. What if the life that matters most isn't the one I lost, but the one I'm learning to live now? So many of us try to rebuild, to get back to the way we used to be. Same pace, same metrics, same expectations. But you can't return to where you were before. Moving forward requires growth. Rebuilding starts when you stop trying to get back and start learning to stand here in the present. Maybe your change came from a layoff, or a move, or a relationship that ended after years of holding it together. Or maybe it came from realizing one morning that you were living a version of yourself that no longer felt true. Whatever brought you here, I want you to know this. The fact that you're even asking what matters is a sign that you're ready to rebuild. Rebuilding isn't about erasing the past. It's about weaving it differently. It's about keeping what's still alive in you and letting the rest go with grace. That's why each page of this workbook is gentle by design. It's not a fix-it plan. It's a quiet companion, a space to breathe, reflect, and make small, grounded choices that begin to shape what's next. Rebuilding a life that matters is built around one truth. When the world goes quiet, you don't need a bigger plan. You need a gentler one. Each section is like a small conversation, part reflection, part permission slip. You'll start with grounding, reconnecting to your values, the simple things that make you feel like you. Then you'll move into reclaiming, deciding what stays and what goes, what's worth carrying forward, and what can finally rest. Reframing helps you see your story differently, to notice the threads of courage and compassion that survive the storm. Redesigning gives shape to your next chapter, one choice at a time. And resilience helps you hold it together when old fears whisper that you can't. All of these conversations require guts to face and to push through. And finally, grace. Because every rebuild, no matter how practical, needs that thread running through it. The reminder that you are allowed to go slow, to try again, and to begin imperfectly. You don't have to power through this workbook in one sitting. It's meant to unfold the way rebuilding does. Gradually, honestly, one small act of care at a time. If you're watching this and feeling that quiet tug, that sense that you're ready to start again, even if you're not sure how, this workbook is your space to begin. It's not a manual for fixing your life. It's a mirror for remembering it. You'll find questions that steady you when you feel scattered, and pages that remind you to breathe before you plan. You'll rediscover the values that give meaning to your days, and you'll leave with something more than a list. You'll have a personal blueprint, for a life rebuilt with purpose and grace. Maybe you'll write your answers slowly in the margins. Maybe you'll read 1 page a night with tea and quiet music. Maybe you'll tuck it in your bag and open it on the days that feel heavier than they should. However you use it, my hope is that it becomes a small piece of proof that your story isn't over. You're rebuilding, not starting from scratch. And you're allowed to do it your way. If this message resonates, tell me in the comments below. What does rebuilding a life that matters mean to you right now? What's one thing you're ready to carry forward and one thing you're ready to leave behind? Your words matter here. They will help someone else feel a little less alone in their own rebuilding journey. And if you decide to walk through the workbook with me, thank you. It means more than you know. This whole Guts to Grace journey is about learning to build lives that feel like us again. Lives rooted in calm, courage, and quiet meaning. Thank you for being part of that. I love knowing that we are figuring this out together. For every step you've taken, for every time you've started again, for every moment you've chosen grace over perfection. I see you, and don't stop here. The next video is waiting for you right on your screen. It's the natural next step in understanding how to move from reflection into small, confident action. And when you combine it with what you just learned here, you'll see how rebuilding becomes living again.